Guys, something is happening. Something is happening and it's very important and it's happening soon and I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, you guys. I'm turning 30. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of TV Time with Maggie. I'm Maggie, and I know it's been a while, but I've been cooking up some really good stuff for you guys. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and please follow me on Instagram for more Pink Leo content. So you guys, I am turning 30 this month, and I'm freaking out just a little bit. Like most people, I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be career-wise and in my personal life either. And with this whole coronavirus and the world literally just stopping, it's really overwhelming for someone like me, a type A, who is used to getting things done and moving at a fast pace, and having everything slow down and kind of stop is really anxiety inducing. And so I wanted to talk about a couple of shows that I love watching during this time because they remind me that there's two faces to adulting, and I think a lot of shows do a really great job at doing the coming of age scenario for teens, but there's a second coming of age that happens after college, once you're getting your first job, and now in your 30s, because not everybody is where they're supposed to be when they're 30. I'm still living at home, I still freelance. These shows remind us that life is not perfect. We're not done growing up. Sometimes we do need to live at home and ask for support. Sometimes we need to take on odd jobs to make ends meet, especially us creatives. I've loved it and I've grown from it and I'm still growing. And I think these shows do a great job at doing that as well. One of the motifs in these kinds of shows are that they're mostly predominantly women driven. I think that women in our society, I know that women in our society suffer from a lot more pressure, society, culturally, traditionally, biologically, from the family, from the friends and everybody, to have their life together by a certain age, particularly 30.
No job. No man. All of this sounds bad, but it's actually really good. It's good vibes on.
I love Insecure. It started 4 seasons ago. Issa Rae is at the forefront as a writer and creative producer and the star of the show. She is in her early 30s, I think, in the show. And she starts off with this kind of dead-end job. And I've been there. I've worked jobs where you know you're not gonna go anywhere. You know that you're not doing something completely right, and that as much as you try to help, it's just not gonna get there. We've followed Issa throughout her trajectory and trying to balance and really create an atmosphere of balance between her work life, things that make her money, but also things that make her happy and things where she feels fulfilled. Usually these fulfilling jobs for us creatives is helping others, but in a different way. It's not like I'm a doctor or I'm a lawyer or an engineer. It's more of like I want to help people express themselves or bring people together. And in Issa's case, she wants to bring community and create community together where she lives in LA.
You can't keep letting other people prop you up. Sometimes you gotta do shit for yourself. I'm about to throw a block party.
You'll need a form for each act.
Because some of the acts are TBD. But I am on my way to dinner.
And in this season, we finally see her fulfill her dream of doing that, but not without the cost of her friendships and her personal life. So in the show, she struggles to balance these two things. We also see Molly, who's her best friend, and she has what Issa would consider to have her life together because she's financially independent. She has a career, but I like the fact that we still see her struggle even within this corporate hierarchy that she's in. We also see Molly struggle with her personal life. And I think it's very easy for young women to get caught up in like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I also want to be doing this, but I also have this time constraint because of my body. But then my, you know, my significant other wants me to spend more time with them. And it's like, okay, what should I be doing? What is my priority? And I think Molly struggles with that a lot. Another great and fun show that represents us in our late 20s and early 30s and trying to get our life together is definitely Nora from Queens.
I live with my parents. Grandma loves Nora. Ow! I wish I had purpose like you dumb.
I think Nora from Queens, which is a Comedy Central series that started this year, starting Aquafina, really hones in on the struggle. And I love that it takes place in New York because I can see that. And I feel like a lot of my friends and family members could relate to being in your late 20s and early 30s in New York is very, very different. There's so much going on. There's so much expectations for you, especially when you tell people, yeah, I'm from New York. And they really expect you to have all your stuff together.
Hello. I would love to cash this. Here, check. Okay, thank you.
Name on the account, please.
Yes, it's Nora, N-O-R-A, no H. Lynn, L-I-N.
Nora Lynn, Forley Road, Elmhurst.
That is correct, yes.
It says here you're dead.
Sorry, what?
The bank automatically closes accounts that have been inactive for 2 years. We assume you died.
No.
And Nora lives with her grandmother and her dad. And it's absolutely hilarious because I struggle with this. I live with my family. And I think a lot of us who are in the same position, same boat as me, live with family members. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle because you see your family members who come to this country and they want to see you succeed and they want the best for you. And then here you are still struggling.
Nancy called me last night.
Oh no, what'd she say? She hates me, she wants to kill me. She wants to set me on fire. I brought these pillows to her office. I think I went psychotic.
What? No. She said you're doing really good. She says that you're the best office worker she ever had.
Yeah, well, she's wrong because there's always work to be done. And I'm still, you know what I mean?
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing really good, princess. And your hair looks really great.
Thank you.
One of the things that I have in common with Nora and also Isa is that I'm a creative. So I don't have this like set 9-to-5 job. And for people that are first generation or young immigrants like myself, explaining that to your parent, explaining that to an older relative, it's a struggle. They do not understand what is it that you do all day in a computer. Most of the time they think that you're slacking off, and it really isn't. I do struggle sometimes telling my mom what is it that I do, what is it that I want to do, and she doesn't quite understand. I think that what's great about it is that even though she doesn't understand, she still supports me. She's like, you do you, Maggie. Like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak the language, but you know, you look good on camera. That's all that matters.
I think I can do this. Girl, don't act like you don't have shit to offer. Issa D's office, please hold.
Before I do some honorable mentions, I would have to say too that one of the other unique things about these two shows and just the struggle, this of second coming of age, is the expectation to have a relationship, to have children. And in this instance, there's only one person in one of the shows in Insecure that has a child recently, and then everybody else is either single or they don't have children. And they don't really focus on that. They don't really talk about it. And I think it's because we want to normalize women talking about other things other than just makeup, hair, guys, and babies. We have other goals and other dreams, and therefore they focus more on the relationship between the women, the friendships between them. In Nora, for example, she doesn't have a relationship, and one of the great things that we get to see, because she doesn't have a boyfriend and she's not really into that, is her relationship with her grandmother. And it reminds me of my relationship with my mom. There's this great episode when we see Nora's grandmother talking to her about when she first came to America. Some honorable mentions, we have Chewing Gum. Chewing Gum is such a great show. It's by Michaela Cole. She did such a great job writing, producing, and starring in this show. Fleabag on Amazon is this entire episode could be done about Fleabag. It's on Amazon. First of all, it's hilarious. It's well produced. It's really well written. And the character is a lot more sassy and naughty and a lot more darker. And I think the audience appreciate the realness in her. For anybody who's struggling with the second coming of age, I have to say these shows really did help me. I realized through these narratives that we don't have to have everything together at 30. And I know it's a struggle, but we need to understand that not everybody would fit in the box that their peers or their parents or society wants them to fit in. And we are seeing these really brave, great narratives coming out, particularly for young women, really putting in those expectations to the test and saying, you know what, we have our own story, we have our own narratives, and maybe I don't get what I want when I'm 30, but maybe when I'm 31 or 32 or 40, I don't care, as long as I'm happy and healthy and empowering others to be themselves and do the same. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. This one definitely meant a lot to me. I struggled to make it because it's something that I'm struggling with personally right now. And I'm very happy that I found this creative outlet to not only talk to you guys about it, but to take it in as like a little bit of therapy for me and say, you know what, 30, schmorty. All right, guys, again, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please follow me on Instagram at PinkLeoProductions for more.